The Reserve Bank of Australia will hold its July cash rate meeting tomorrow, where it's widely expected to raise interest rates. Joining me now live is business reporter Edward Boyd. Ed, the cash rate is expected to be lifted by 0.5%.
0.5% tomorrow, Danica. This is the expectation for the next couple of board meetings here from the Reserve Bank. So the cash rate's currently at 0.85% by tomorrow afternoon after the 2:30 decision, expected to be at 1.35%. And then the meeting after 1.85%, getting to 2.5%. That's sort of the expectation from economists around that 2.5% figure by the end of this year. So this is obviously all due to inflation rising across the economy. We know it hasn't peaked yet in Australia. It's going to continue going up to bring inflation down. The Reserve Bank is going to be lifting interest rates pretty heavily, so expect them to do it tomorrow. This is something we're going to be seeing for the rest of the year. So over the weekend, the US markets climbed and our market's expected to open higher today, so that'll be in about half an hour's time as well.
Yes, all eyes on the Reserve Bank once again tomorrow, Ed. Also, the latest property results show auction clearance rates have fallen below 50%.
Below 50%. This is REA Group's latest data of auction results from over the recent weekend. And yeah, it's looking pretty grim now for the property market. We know property prices are starting to fall and auction clearance rates across the country are now below that 50% figure. Look, for Sydney, it's about 45% clearance rate. For Melbourne, it's a bit higher at 55%. But this is really just the market starting to rebalance as interest rates go up, because people that want to buy a home can't borrow as much money as they could have about a year ago when interest rates were at record lows, so they have less money to spend. They're not going to be bidding as much for properties. So vendors themselves are also not getting the bids that they'd like to see. So lots of properties are now being passed in at auction or being withdrawn from sale because there simply isn't enough interest in them at the prices these houses are being advertised at. So we're going to keep seeing auction clearance rates fall for the rest of this year as interest rates keep rising. So it's going to coincide with property prices starting to fall as well. And we've seen that in Sydney and Melbourne, and it's now happening in other jurisdictions. So prices are going to start falling across the country, and that will go hand in hand with auction clearance rates dropping too.
All right, Edward Boyd, thank you.